Hey, Chris here, and thanks for joining me on this VIP Toyota Aristo project. So with this one, like I mentioned in the previous video, if you catch that, this is obviously a very special build because this is my first VIP build. Super VIP. This is the fabulous JZS 161 Toyota Aristo. And this is absolutely gorgeous, and I have to thank, for this kit, Scale Model Jam. James was incredibly kind to send this out to me last year. So I've been sitting in this for a year and I've been excited and waiting to build it. And here we are. It is finally up for building. I do have a colour picked out. This is the colour been picked. This has been sat for a while, so ignore the pigment at the bottom. Obviously, it doesn't get a good shake. But yeah, the Nissan Deep Marine Blue. I just think that will look absolutely incredible on this build. What a gorgeous looking car. So yeah, James, seriously, man, I really appreciate this gift. Thank you so much. So let's see, I'll try and do as best as I can for this project. So yeah, that's a little bit of information of what fabulous parts are included in this build box. So there's a few bits, and just look, isn't it just stunning? There's gorgeous wheels as well. So let's look inside. So there's quite a few clear parts, and these will all, let's get some light on, these will all stay in the bag until needed. Lighting's a bit funny today because it's incredibly bright outside. The lights in my room, I don't want to put the main LED one on because you won't be able to see much. It's just a really daft. It's great for working, not when you're trying to record. So let's look at some of the parts. So dashboard, nice and easy. Get that detailed up. Wiper blade, center console. And we've got the seats, the seat backs. It's nice to have. Got some nice detail on the seats, look. Yeah, so them seats, what I'll do with the seats is I'll get some thick cement, put that in, put the backs on, and then slightly squeeze it to create a seam, weld as such, and then we'll sand that smooth, get rid of that. We've got these chrome parts. Yes, these will be getting stripped. We don't want that chrome on these parts. Maybe, no, I'll strip the exhaust tips as well. Get them a nice chrome painted finish. Some more little bits and bobs. Spoiler, won't be going with a spoiler on this, it'll just be going spoilerless. Some really cool additions. So you got the bags for the air suspension and the discs. Check out the details on the discs. Yeah, that's awesome. You got a grill, yeah, grill, wing mirror bits. I presume they're the standard exhaust tips, I presume. And then the interior. I'll be honest, the interior, it's not going to have much work done to it at all. It's going to be mostly black, if not just black. It is, the focus is going to be on the outside. So yeah, I don't really need to go too much mad on the inside. Some nice detail on the bottom of that chassis plate. Just needs a bit of a couple of coats of primer, get that smoothed out. Not that it's going to be noticed really. I've got some aero bits. I got like a front grille. I'm gonna get focused, look, front grille. There's like a little spoiler that goes in front of the windscreen. It's not something I've seen before. That's pretty cool. Big skirts. So, yeah. And then yeah, we've got the standard brakes, obviously won't be getting used. Just for the little bits and bobs. The body itself, so the headlight housing is, as you can see, moulded in. So it shouldn't be too tricky masking off and getting them painted chrome. You've got a thin strip going all the way round on the body, so that thin strip will need to be chromed. On the front bumper, it actually sits on top of the front bumper. You can just, I don't know if you can see it, the thin lace, I think it's called, lace. But yeah, that's going to be. I've built a chaser. I built a JZX Mark II. I quite like these big land boats. This bumper, even though I've got one moulded on, this actually just glues onto the body. Now that just glues on there. I've already trimmed some of the previous bumper away. The reason why this is you can see it's got the mount points, look, mount points for the chassis plate. So yeah, they leave that on. You just stick this over. I've done that with a few kits. It's just not an issue at all. It's dead easy. And then you've got your front bumper. You've got your two locating pins, I think, and then straight on just like that. And that looks cool already. Ace. The wheels. So now, controversially, I am thinking I will be leaving these in the kit chrome because I want that absolute mirror finish. Now, I don't even think it looks very toy-like. I think it's a really good finish. Super mirror reflective surface. So yeah, as it stands, they are staying as they are. We'll decide more obviously once the car's painted. Yeah, got some nice big old rubber tyres. What else we got? We've got a sanding sheet. Now you get a sanding sheet in some of these kits. What's it for? I don't really know. Just tidying up the edges, I guess. But that'll get put into my sanding tray. Look, that'll go in there. Used for a rainy day. You haven't got a ton of stickers, which is nice. Big fabulous window banner. These chrome sheets, these are ace. You get them in quite a few Aoshima kits. And they're good for doing little chromey, like it's when you've got like a flat surface area to work with, so like the lights, they're good to cut out, stick in there. But with these I'll probably put mask and paint for the instruction. But let's have a look at this. So bit of a decal placement on the first page. Colours required. It's going to be a very simple colour build this. It's all going to be about a deep dark blue, highly polished, low on some mirror finish rims. So yeah, I mean, you've got all your different colours to use on the bottom, but to be honest, it's mostly going to be black with a little bit of silver on the exhaust and stuff. But yeah, not too much worried about too much detail, to be honest. This one, the focus will be on the bodywork. Again, the interior and the exterior, it's going to be very minimal indeed. Interior and chassis, sorry. Interior and chassis will be very minimal. We just want to put focus on that exterior. And then, so yeah, this actually calls out for a boot spoiler. A very low one. So in fact, I probably will end up using that. Yeah, a few extra pieces. So yeah, that's that. This is my very first VIP car kit build. And again, a massive thank you to James. So if you've not seen him, his work is awesome. He's on YouTube, Instagram, and possibly on Facebook. Again, I'm not sure. I don't have Facebook myself, but it's Scale Model Jam. You can check him out. And yeah, so yeah, James, thank you, man. Let's get going. Right then, here we are. One finished Super VIP, fabulous, no pun intended, Aristo. So, like I said, with the interior and the chassis work, I kept it very basic, which is why I'm just coming straight in at the finished build. As you can see, I kept it very basic underneath. I did chrome this part here, and obviously the exhaust parts. This part of the exhaust system, I just used chrome marker, which way doesn't look great because I've not done proper chrome. It was just basically chrome marker over a surface of black, so it's not incredibly shiny and it's a bit bitty. I used a silver Sharpie and there, looks a bit dirtier. I've got a gold chrome marker in there. Again, because it's on surface, it doesn't shine as much. So again, yeah, I kept it very basic underneath because my focus wanted to be on the exterior. And like I say, if you can see the interior, not really because the camera won't want to focus. It's a box stock build purely because it's entering box stock build competitions. So I've not added any flocking. I've not added anything else. The only thing I have added to this is the scale riders decal across the back of the window and some zoom on number plate decals. Just the decals, not the plates, just the decals. So yeah, and to be honest, for a box stock build, it's really nice. So again, you know, with the wheels, I left them the kit chrome because I wanted to, you know, just reflect the sort of 1/1 version to get that mirror sort of finish, and that you definitely do get. With the sports discs and pads, calipers, sorry, they look pretty good behind there. Just obviously dropped a bit of Tamiya panel line wash, give it a bit of depth and detail. Painted the body, 2K'd, polished. No, sorry, 2K'd the body, masked it off, then did the chrome lace around the sides, back, and then obviously across the front of the bumper. And then that was all 2K'd as well, because you can still at 2K. And then the whole thing got polished. So, regards to polishing and wet sanding, we did about 6 hours worth of work. We did 4,000 grit sand, then a 6, then an 8,000, then a 10,000 sand. And then there was a 2-stage polishing process, which was with a little rotary tool. And with a medium cut pad, I used Meguiar's Scratch X. And with a fine cut pad, I used Meguiar's Ultimate Polish Compound. And I wanted to get as much shine on this as possible. As you can see there. Oh, yeah. Sneaky peeky at my next project on the paint booth. So I was really happy with how, as always, that Pro Scale 2K looks after a little bit of work. Just look at the reflection on that body on the roof. Look, there's Mr. Fallout Boy giving it a thumbs up. And the colour, Nissan Deep Marine Blue, is absolutely gorgeous, especially on this. Now with the grille, I did that old chrome, and then I masked off tiny little strips, just tiny little strips on them spines there, and then dropped in the surface of black to give it some depth. Massive thank you to Matt, buddy out in Cali. He's got an Aristo, so he sent me some reference photos for the lights. I says, look, you know, can you send me some reference? I want to try and get as detailed as I can. I want to see if you can see around the lenses, front and back, the black seal as such. The black seal. So he did. It was great help. Sent me some reference photos of his car, and you can see the black seal around the lenses. So obviously we got that done, and I've just put decal down. But anyway, never mind. Look at that. The look, the stance, and yeah, it's a beautiful car. So I just want to say again, one massive thank you to Scale Model Jam. If you're not following him, please do so. It's fantastic work, not just with model kits, with his 3D stuff as well. But yeah, this is such a fantastic gift. So dude, I cannot appreciate you enough. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to build my very first Aoshima VIP car. And let's just bring this camera up a little bit. There we are. I mean, we're going to be keeping that box art. And just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, once again, dude, thank you. Thank you, James. Really do appreciate it. And there we are. One beautifully built. It's a really nice kit as well from Aoshima. Really simple. No dramas at all. And it went together really nicely. Super nice. So yeah, as always, Aoshima, awesome. Nice one. And there we have it. One box stock built fabulous Aristo Super VIP car. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and we'll see you for the next project, which I'm very excited to get going again. So we'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves and all the best.